We are not going to show anybody's face. Do you have friends in China? We never see any of your friends in your content. Wow. Where are you relocating to? I like this question. Poverty. I am scared of being poor. Where is the man? Hi my beautiful lovelies, and welcome to my channel. I am Teganiwe Kilumokagile. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. If this isn't your first time, welcome back. So in today's video, I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me a couple questions that I'm going to be answering in this video. And without further ado, let's get right into this video. Okay, getting right into the video. The first question reads, what are you studying and in which city? So I got a lot of questions asking me about my studies and my current city, and my answer to that is I am not studying right now. I'm actually on holiday. It's summer right now, but for the past 1.5 years I was studying at Wanxi Xueyuan College. It's a university, actually. It's not a college. So I was studying at Wanxi Xueyuan and I was studying Chinese language, and I am currently in Lu'an City, but I'm going to be moving soon. 5 things that make you smile. That's a very good question because I really don't know what 5 things make me smile, but let me just go through them randomly in no particular order. So I'm gonna say my family makes me smile. Talking to my family, knowing how they're doing makes me smile. Like just them being happy makes me smile. Next thing is going out on dates. That makes me happy, actually. Just doesn't make me smile, makes me happy. Food makes me smile. I like food, and I like gifts. Gifts make me happy as well. I think I'm left with one more. And creating content also makes me smile. I like doing this. It's stuff that I actually like to do. Okay, I don't know if this is a question. Sorry, let me read that again. I don't know if this is a get to know, but how so? Oh, okay. There were a lot of typos in this one, but I do understand what she's trying to say. The question is, I don't know if this is a get to know me question, but how do you stay elegant and stylish always? Oh, that's a compliment. I come off as elegant and stylish. My goodness, I had no idea. I have gotten this one as well a couple times, but not like a question tag, just usually in my DMs. I have a couple rules that I stick to, and hopefully these help. And one of them is to be as conservative as I possibly can. I do think the more conservative you look, the more elegant you come off as. So whenever I am dressed in whatever I am dressed in, I choose what part of my body that I am going to expose. If I'm going to wear something long, my shoulders will probably be exposed. If I'm going to wear something short, my shoulders will be closed. So like choose one part to expose and cover up the rest. That has worked for me. And another thing that has worked for me is always sticking to dresses. I feel like dresses are very effortless and they just instantly make you look more feminine and stylish and also elegant, but you can get them wrong. And how you get them wrong is if you wear skimpy short dresses. They just don't give off the vibe that you would like to give. So for me, I choose flared dresses, long dresses, or if it's not gonna be long, it's just gonna be a good length that's still flirty but still on the stylish side. So that's how I try my best to stay elegant. And another thing that also helps me is the color of my hair. So a couple years back I used to mess around with my hair color, even if I didn't do too much at that time, but I still did step out of my comfort zone with like colors in my hair. But I have since stayed away from that just because I don't think it kind of gives off the right impression. If that's what you like, cool. But if you would like to give off that look, I would just stick to neutral colors in your head, a black, a brown, or whatever. But these are some of the things that have worked for me. Let's move on to the next question. The next one reads, what are you most proud of about yourself? That's a very good question. And I have so many things that I'm actually proud of. So I can't like just pinpoint one because I'll be doing a disservice to the others. But I would say my intuition. I am proud of that about myself because I listen to myself. When something's off, like I just know when something's off. I can tell, like even if it hasn't manifested itself in that very moment, I can just tell when something's off. And I like to listen to myself. And when I know I should be doing something and I'm not doing it, I'll just force myself to do it. I'll be like, you know what? Your intuition tells you have to move, so you gotta move. So I think the fact that I follow my intuition and it kind of always proves me right is something that I'm proud of. okay? Because I think I would have faced a lot of trouble had I not followed my intuition the multiple times that I have decided to follow my intuition. What motivates you to work hard? People are coming with tough questions. What motivates me to work hard? I think my family. My family motivates me to work hard, and also poverty. I am scared of being poor. I think a lot of it actually lies in the fear of poverty. I am so scared of dying poor. Like, I feel like I've gotten to a point where I have seen that there's so much more to life. And what's the whole point of not trying your best to experience the beautiful things that life has to offer? Like, why should you just be okay with living the way that you have been living your whole life? So that's what motivates me. I'm like, you know what? I know there's so much more to life, and for me, I have to work hard to get these things. So the fear of poverty keeps me motivated, and also just trying to give my family the best life also keeps me motivated, and it helps me work really hard for things that I want. Moving on. Are you in China for work or for school? A lot of people ask this question as well, and I think when I say a lot of people, it's like, that's what she's saying, that's what she's saying, but I'm actually being for real. I am in China for both. I'm in China for both. Let me tell you, if I wasn't working, I probably would have been at home by now. I probably would have been in Zambia by now, because what's the whole point of just being in school for as long as I have been in China? I've been in China for like 5 years now, and it doesn't make sense to me as to why I should just be in this country just for school. No, so I do both. And I would argue that the money is actually good. That's why I actually stay. So I do both. To answer your question, I do both. What changed about your stay in China and how it changed your perspective on life? Ooh, I like this question. This is a very profound question. It's such a beautiful question. I used to be on YouTube before, like 2 years ago, right? And I think I used to share a lot about my life. And when I decided to come back this time around, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to share too much about my personal life. But this one kind of digs into my personal life, and I am going to share only that today. And as we move on, I'm probably going to be very guarded when it comes to sharing my personal life online, because the internet can be your friend sometimes, and sometimes it cannot be your friend. So before I moved to China, which was in 2018, 5 years ago, I would say I was a very timid girl. I didn't think a lot of things would work out for me, especially after school, because like after school, reality hits you. Everything is just different. People are doing different things. People are going to uni, people are going abroad, and I just didn't know what life had in store for me. I knew I was going to go to school. I did well. I like to believe I did well. I think 8 points is good enough. But I was like, I don't know. I don't know what life holds for me. And everybody around me had the same type of lifestyle. And I was like, I don't really want that for my life. And usually it's very hard to see past what's in front of you. And I think for me, ever since I moved to China, I was given a glimpse of what life has to offer, like the beautiful things life has to offer, like you experience them. And I was like, oh, so there's so much more to life. And I'm so glad I moved here, because my perspective on life has actually broadened a lot. I do want to do the best that I can in my capacity to get the life that I want. So I hope that helps answer the question. Yeah, not a question, but you are really pretty. Thank you so much. That is very kind of you. What part of Zambia are you from? I am from the Copper Belt, born and bred on the Copper Belt. I was born in Chililabombwe, Zambia, on the Copper Belt. I grew up on the Copper Belt, different parts of the Copper Belt, but I have spent, I think, most of my life in Mufulira. Yes, most of my life has been spent in Mufulira. So in Zambia, I live in Mufulira on the Copper Belt. And what course are you studying? I told you guys there were a lot of questions about this one. So I'm not studying anything right now, but I was studying Chinese language. Where are you relocating to? That one is a secret. You guys will find out when the time comes. And trust me, the time is coming soon, okay? You will find out. But I am not telling you guys now. I will tell you guys when I get there, when I arrive safely. I will tell you guys where I'm moving to. Just know it's a place that everybody knows. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a place that everybody knows. Like, everybody knows that place. Okay? Okay. I think that should be a good enough hint. It's a place that everybody knows. Do you still invest in stocks? Now, let me tell you guys. I do have shares in a couple companies on the Lusaka Stock Exchange, but it is not something that I do consistently anymore, just because as I was doing my research, honestly, I've gotten to a point where I do want to have investments, but I think my mind was still wired to think that the only form of investing is the traditional vehicles that we have, which are like stocks, bonds, property, especially property. A lot of people in Zambia like property, but the mortgage rates in Zambia are ridiculous. So I don't think I would consider property anytime soon. So I did invest in stocks. I do think stocks are still a good vehicle of investment. So I've now moved into things that I'm actually very passionate about, which is like content creation. So me deciding to buy gear is me investing in this profession, because for me it is a profession. And other things as well on the side that I have decided to invest in, because that's also a form of investment. And yes, it can also come in handy later in the future. But I'm still gonna do stocks, but currently it's not just something that I do very consistently. And I know you should do it right now when you're still young. Maybe I will think about doing it every single year, like just like putting in a lump sum of money. This one is similar to the question that I answered before. How do you stay feminine and classy? I stick to dresses. I stick to not showing too much skin. It's just the same rules as before. Do you plan on settling down in China, or are you coming back home? This one is a bit of a tricky question because honestly, I do not know. Every now and then I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to go back home. But then again, I'm like, life in China is very convenient. Do I want to let go of all this convenience? But then again, I'm like, you know what? Zambia has everything that I want right now. Like in the content creator space, I think I would do better if I was back home. But there's a part of me that doesn't want to let go of all the convenience that I have here that I know for a fact I am not going to have back home. And even if I do, it's going to take me a couple years to acquire the things that I need. It's a very tough decision to make. I have no idea. I really do not know. But what would be ideal for me in a way is probably settle here, but always go back home a couple times in a year. Yeah, that would be the most ideal thing for me. So moving on, the light is actually going down because it's getting dark outside. But the next question is, where did I end? Not a question, but I love your recent content. This actually makes me very happy that people are actually enjoying my recent content. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me know, because it helps to let people know if you actually like what they're putting out. It helps them a lot. So if you do like my content, please let me know, because it helps me stay motivated. Where is the man you used to show only hands? Clearly, right? Like, if you haven't been seeing me post somebody that I used to post a lot, then it's clearly not the same anymore. So, yeah, to answer the question, moving on. Do you have friends in China? We never see any of your friends in your content. Wow. This is actually very true. So, I used to be at Liaocheng University back in when did I come to China? From 2018. Was it 2018 or 2019? No, it was 2018. From 2018 to 2022. So that's where I had friends, okay? All my friends were there. I had a lot of friends. You guys used to see them in my vlogs. If you were an OG on this channel, you used to see my friends. You used to see Chanda, you used to see Arnold, you used to see Joe. You used to see my friends, okay? You used to see them on this channel. But when we graduated, they all left. They are not in this country. They are back home. So the only way that we get to communicate is over the phone. That's it. And when I moved here, believe it or not, but like we were only 6 international students in the class. So 3 guys and 3 girls. I wasn't close to the other 2 girls, so it was just me and the guys. And the guys weren't really comfortable being on screen. And if I'm being completely honest, I started doing YouTube after I moved. So that's pretty much why you don't see any of my friends, because right now I don't have any. My friends are back home. Which part of China do you live in? I live in Luan City. When are you coming to Zambia? I was hoping I could visit Zambia next year, like around my birthday, because that's around like summer here. That's like July next year. but I don't know if I'm gonna choose to come home or I'm gonna have other plans. I have no idea. If that doesn't work out, I'm probably going to be home in like 2 years. I feel like after I'm done with my master's degree, I do want to visit Zambia, even just for a short period, either come back for good or visit and come back to China. I don't know. I think this is the last question. Yeah, this is the last question because I had to ask people twice to send me questions and some of them are still shy. They couldn't send questions, but this is where we're going to end today. And I actually answered this question on Instagram, but I'll answer it on YouTube as well. Somebody said, show us your man. There is no man to show. And even if there was a man to show, you guys would probably only see his hands. I mean different body parts, but just not his face. We are not going to show anybody's face on this channel, on Instagram, until there's a ring on my finger. Until then, nobody's going to be seen, so you won't be seeing anybody. I'm sorry. I'm kind of wish-washy about it. It's not something that I'm comfortable doing, so I think I'd only be comfortable if I am in a union that has been solidified by God and by the courts. So until then, you guys are probably not going to be seeing anybody. Yeah, that is the end of this Q&A. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did not send me questions, the next time I put up a Q&A, make sure to send me those questions. But that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will be seeing you guys next time. Bye.